Hi guys, today we are testing yet another newly released foundation. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Now, this is a reformulation, but I never tested the original version. And what that means is that I am just going to be testing this against the performance claims that they are making today about this product. So we're going to get into those claims in just a few minutes, but first up, let's talk price. This foundation retails for $49. That is for 1 fluid ounce. And for the sake of comparison, the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation, which I just reviewed, is $52. And this is the same amount of product. So you can see those there side by side. So the Charlotte Tilbury, a little bit less expensive. So I would say this is a great price point for this product if it performs well. They do sell this at Ulta, Sephora, and of course on Charlotte Tilbury's website. I think the packaging is really beautiful. It of course is totally in line with the Charlotte Tilbury branding, with her logo here, with the wings, and this metal looking rose gold lid. The actual container for the foundation is glass, I believe. Here on the front, the logo piece there is raised. It feels, I would say, about the same as the Natasha Denona in terms of how weighted it is. Let's get a little bit more into the details about what this product is and what it claims to do. This is described as a 3D matte, not flat, blurring foundation that delivers up to 24 hours of full coverage and shine control. In addition to that performance claim about 24 hours of full coverage and shine control, which is, I think, a little bit nuts and unnecessary, frankly, for the way most of us live our lives. It says that this light as air 7-in-1 foundation targets blemishes, redness, visible pores, fine lines, hyperpigmentation, uneven skin, and dark circles all in one pump. Basically, what Charlotte is saying is that this stuff is magic, pure magic in a bottle. So we'll see. Look, I mean, it may do all of those things. And you know what? I hope it does. I hope it is phenomenal. There are 44 shades of this foundation, and I got one cool. So let's pump some of this out. Hold, please. Let me shake. So, one cool, that is definitely, I think, a thicker texture than what I noticed with the Natasha Denona foundation that I tested. That was just yesterday, guys. So it's going to be hard for me to not be like jumping back and forth between the two. But so that is what that looks like there. I don't think these really should perform the same, and that is because this is described as a full coverage foundation, whereas the Natasha Denona is a medium buildable. So this was one pump, and I think you can see that is quite a bit of foundation there. We will have to see how it feels on the skin. You know, I cannot stand a foundation that feels thick or sticky. Let's go ahead and get this on so that we can do our wear test, because we are going to do a full day wear test, which will probably be somewhere between 8 and 10 hours. In terms of application, she says to use one of her Hollywood blending brushes. I don't have one of those. I am going to use a brush, even though I am not really a brush girl, but I want to try to apply this in the manner that it is prescribed. I've got to get this off my finger. So we're just going to start there, and then I'll get into the brush. Okay. Right off the bat, I don't know. It could be my light, but I'm looking at that going, wow, that looks kind of yellow to me. From here, I am going to take a BK Beauty 101 brush And I am just going to load up my brush with this product. And now I am going to start working this in, trying to, I think, spread it out and thin it out a little bit, because this is definitely thicker than the Natasha Denona. Yeah, I had not planned to go clown mask today. I really had not, but that is how I'm feeling right now. Wow. I am ready to bake a cake on my face, with my face. Wow. I hate these. This is so bad. Okay, hold on. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to now just kind of work this in using the warmth of my hands, because this looks so bad. And I gotta say, this is why a lot of times I don't use a brush, because I just feel like it doesn't come off natural looking. Oh my God. Okay. So bad. Okay, I'm gonna get really close. I am gonna show you what this looks like right now, and then I'm gonna go take it off. And we are going to start over with just the application of the foundation the way that I would normally apply it. And I'm going to use a lot less, because right now I'm going to chalk this up to user error. So prepare yourself. Can you see every single pore on my nose? How dry this looks, how cakey this looks. This is so bad. So bad. Okay, so I will be back in 1 second with a clear canvas for us to give this another go. Hold please. All right, guys, I am back, and we are going to apply this foundation again. I was looking at the box after I'd sort of like washed the makeup off, which, by the way, it did not come off as easily as I would have anticipated. Then I applied my Dew Instant Angel Liquid Rich Facial Moisturizer, which is what I had on before. And I've been waiting for that to kind of soak in, right? Because I don't want to mess up our test here. But I was looking at the box while I was just kind of hanging, and weightless, real skin, natural matte finish. I would not use any of those words to describe what just went down on my face, but here we go. Try number 2. I have a dampened beauty sponge. So that is what we are going to go with. So I'm just gonna dot that in around my face. I'm also wondering if maybe it dries fast. Maybe that is also what contributed to the way it happened, and therefore I should work quickly instead of spending 10 years putting little dots all over my face. Okay, so that is definitely better. So tip number 1, less is more. I mean, This is probably common sense, but anyway, let's do a little bit up here. I actually was so panicked. I can't remember if I'd applied any up here at all to begin with. So, but yeah, we're going to do it now. Okay. So, oh, wait. Is that a line? We can't have that. Okay. So definitely less product and beauty blender for me. It may be that a brush for you would be great. It may just be the brush that I used, but this is definitely better. I would not say that all of my pores are blurred and perfected. I'm not seeing what I would call magic occurring on my face. Let me apply a little bit more here where my glasses are trying to make a permanent mark on my nose. Just want to see how well it covers that redness. Okay, so I think you can see there that it did a decent job of covering that redness up. Let's do the other side. Y'all, this stuff is really dry. This is a really, really dry foundation. I mean, I have foundations that come out just as thick that aren't this dry. It's sort of weird. I feel like I've never experienced anything quite like this foundation. Okay, so you can see there how that sort of covered that. I'd say it's okay. I mean, it is definitely not just right off the bat a favorite foundation. And it does look really matte to me, and I like matte foundations, but I am not feeling super cray-cray about this matte look. Let's go ahead and get some concealer on. I am going to use my Tower 28 concealer. This is a serum concealer, and I love it. It is nice and thin. And this is also a BK Beauty brush. This is the Kitten Paw brush. It is a part of the Angie Hot and Flashy set, her collection. Here. And now let's go ahead and do blush next. And I am going to pull out another Charlotte Tilbury product. This is one of her blush wands. Hopefully this will add some much needed hydration back into my face. I don't know. This is my BK Beauty 109 brush, which is my favorite cream and liquid brush for blush, for contour. It is just the perfect size and shape. Okay, let's go in over here. I just figured I wanted to use other Charlotte Tilbury products to test with the foundation. Blush definitely helps. I look a little bit more sort of brought back to life here. We are gonna do something I never do, which is to apply some highlighter. This is this little, I think it's called Bronze and Glow palette from Charlotte Tilbury. So I'm gonna dust just a little bit of that highlighter on. Just dotting a little bit of that on here. over here. It's kind of a warm highlighter. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of powder. And when I say a little bit of powder, I mean a little bitty thing of powder, sorry. I did a whole video on minis because I think this is so stinking cute. Look at this, guys. Look. It's like the size of an eyeball. Okay, so I've got a brush here from the KJH Spectrum collection. Just going to do some strategic powdering here. I hope. Now, when I did the wear test for the Natasha Denona foundation, which I will link that down below since I've talked about it so much now, I didn't use a setting powder at all. And that's because that foundation is described as self-setting. And so I was like, well, let's find out about that. This foundation from Charlotte Tilbury doesn't make any kind of claim specifically to be self-setting. So I'm like, well, let's do a little bit of powder. I'm not going in with my heavy-duty powder, which would be like my Huda Easy Bake or my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. So I kind of just want to use something that is, I don't know, a little more lightweight than that. This brush just fits perfectly. And this brush is great because of its shape. Really allows you to sort of cut along the brow if you want to, for instance, or kind of get in the creases around the nose. Okay, so we have all of our complexion on now, and we have just got lips left to do. I am going to use Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. This is her Pillow Talk medium shade. And I even have lip liner. Ha ha ha. So there's the lip liner there. Hold on, let me do a little swatchy of the lipstick too. Okay, so there's the lipstick. So let's build out the lips. Obviously, my lips are a little bit stained right now. So obviously, this is a very matte look today. Sorry, I have to do this. It has to be done. It has to. Just feel like we need it. Now, given how matte this looks, right now, I would typically go ahead and use my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. The original, I know she has come out with a new one, and I've actually ordered that, so I'll be testing that soon as well. But the original is really great at sort of melting all of your makeup together, taking down sort of an overly matte look and making it look more natural. So if we were not doing a wear test today, I would definitely be putting that on just to make it look better overall, not even for the sake of longevity. But because we're doing a wear test, I don't want to apply that today. So here is our final look, and I am going to start the clock on our wear test, and stay tuned for that first check-in. Hi guys, we are actually not even into the wear test officially, but I did want to give you a quick look at what this foundation looks like in natural light. I know I'm not standing all the way in the sun, but it is so bright out here. So anyway, here is what the foundation looks like after I just finished applying it. I'm gonna get on with the rest of my day, and I will be checking in later to let you see how it's looking. Hi guys, we're about 3 hours in now. It seems like it's been a lot longer, but it's only been 3 hours. It's gonna be a long day, me trying to make it to that 8 hour mark. Anyway, here is how everything is looking right now in the very, very bright light in my bedroom. And before I let you go, I have to tell you a story and show you something funny. So I placed my order with Ulta for the Charlotte Tilbury foundation, and I have to show you what I got. This is the package that showed up in the mail. It is very, very heavy, and each one of these boxes contains 3 boxes of foundation. So they sent me, I think this comes out to 42 bottles of foundation. This was, of course, a mistake. So I called them that night, and they sent me a shipping label to send it back. But I was like, yeah, somebody really messed up. I mean, how much is this even worth? Let's see. So it's 3 times 721, 42. So 42 bottles of foundation times $49. Yeah, somebody messed up big time. Anyway, I will see you guys soon for the next check-in. Hey, is it wrong and totally unserious to be doing our final wear check-in hanging off the side of my bed because I am so tired. I just do not want to get in front of those makeup lights again. But we are finally at the 8 hour mark, and yes, I have been drinking wine. And this is how we are looking right now. I'm blind as a bat, so I am thinking you can see, but I think it looks pretty good right now, guys. Is that just because I've been drinking? It is, isn't it? Okay, let's get serious. Let's get up here. Let's talk about this foundation. In general, right now, I feel that was the driest foundation I have ever put on my face. Did it end up looking pretty good once I got all my makeup on? Yes. But I did not feel 100% comfortable in the foundation. Like, it definitely felt mask-like. So, just like everything else, I am going to continue testing it. Here is something else I was thinking about. So, here we are. It is August 31st. We are going to be entering fall and winter very soon. I do not see how, for anyone, even with normal skin, this is going to be a good foundation for winter. I just can't see it, guys. It is so dry. But those are my first impressions. I will continue to test, as I said, and I will certainly let you know if I change my mind about this foundation. So I am signing off. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.